Cummins Power Command X Series was a winner in the Power Generation, Distribution, and Reliability category of the Facilities Net Vision Awards. The demo, titled Critical Link and Control for Your Facility, a Transfer Switch Demo, will be presented by Hassan Obaid, Global Technical Advisor from Cummins. Hassan, over to you.
Thank you, Lori. Hi, thank you for joining us today. I'm Hassan Obaid with Cummins Power Generation. We are so honored that Cummins has won the 2021 Facilities Net Vision Award for transfer switches in the Power Generation, Distribution, and Reliability category. We understand how vital it is that mission-critical industrial and life safety applications utilize robust and reliable power transfer equipment, or known as transfer switches, to ensure continuity of power. That's why Cummins has designed the next generation of reliable power transfer equipment, the Power Command X Series transfer switches. Transfer switches have been in Cummins DNA for over 80 years, back from the 40s when we started designing transfer switches during WW2. We've had numerous innovations and evolutions along the way, from the linear motor to having advanced controls to what we call today the blow-on technology, which uses electromagnetic force and a mechanical force to hold the transfer switch closed if there's a fault or under normal conditions. And today we took that technology that we've invented in 2003, and we brought it to what we call today the X Series transfer switch, which has the highest WCR, withstand and closing rating, and it uses the blow-on technology in the industry. The Power Command X Series transfer switches, they come in flavors of automatic, non-automatic, and service entrance. And it's a 3-position transfer switch, and the rating ranges from 40 amps to 3,000 amps with various different enclosures, whether it's a NEMA 1, NEMA 12 indoor dust type to NEMA 3R 4X and NEMA 4. So why the X Series transfer switches? We have you in mind, we have the operator, and we have the facility in mind, and the technicians in mind. It has the superior performance. It has the highest UL 1008, which is a third party that certifies transfer switches, withstand and closing rating, the WCR in the industry. It's for both time duration and short time. If we use the short time, what does that mean for your facility? The short time, the advantage of it is that the transfer switch, after it goes through a fault, it's been testing for temporized test. That means it can be used again after the fault. Think about if you have a 1558 switch gear with a 1066 breaker and you're using up to a half a second to allow downstream breakers to clear a fault, that transfer switch in between can also withstand that fault current for up to a half a second. So it simplifies selective coordination. Also, the control itself, the adaptability, connectivity, and intelligence. Fully integrated control with an intuitive 4.3 HMI color screen. It's packed with features with you in mind, such as the integrated high accuracy power quality metering, alerts, faults, and alarms, integrated Modbus communication, TCP/IP, and RS-45 for connecting to a SCADA system. The reliability, simplified modular mechanism with simplified control. It's designed and been tested to meet rigorous codes and standards, and it has for enhanced reliability, say for data centers or mission critical where they require higher redundancy and reliability. There's an integrated power supply control for the transfer switch. Same thing with operation and service and installation, right? Plug and play control to minimize point-to-point harness connections. The easy to navigate screen for the operator. Front panel accessible for the service port, so we don't have to open up the transfer switch. If you have to open up the transfer switch while it's live, you'd have to suit up per safety requirements. And it's not just that, it's not just the transfer switch. The transfer switch is one component into your power system. You have the generator, the controls, the paralleling gear, a system level control. So the Cummins philosophy is that it provides an entire system, a fully integrated system with its 100 years of experience as a single supplier, accountable for the design, service, and the entire system of the entire paralleling system. The superior performance of the transfer switch, again, it's UL listed, and CSA and UL are harmonized. It has the highest WCR in the industry. It's the blow-on technology that's invented by Cummins. It uses the electromagnetic force to even help us keep the contacts closed during a fault. The superior arc suppression is accomplished through multiple arc leaves, arc shoots that cool and quenches the arc. All the contacts of the transfer switch has been enclosed in covers to decrease the possible phase-to-phase arcing. And when we talk about the highest WCR or withstand and closing rating, there's just a list of the numbers in here. For example, when we say the transfer switch, that's a 3000 amp, can handle 125,000 amps of fault current at 600 volts or below. That means we can run 125,000 amps for up to a half a second. So if you have that downstream of a switch gear, it allows downstream circuit breakers to clear a fault. Let's switch gears here and talk about the control itself, right? So it's one control, fully enclosed packaged assembly. Voltage connections that prevent fingers from touching those live ports. It's locking connectors, and it uses what's called the Poka-yoke connector, right? So that means a technician disconnects a plug. There's no way to connect the wrong plug into the wrong connector. The power command 80, which is the control and the transfer switch. Again, all the important data that you need are readily available for you to see which source is available and which source the load is connected to. A banner that tells us any active alarms or any active times that are, if there's a test that's happening on the transfer switch. Load data as well. Active alerts, the name of the fault, fault code, fault description, date and time of the occurrence, and all the faults go into a fault history. There is source statistics, so this would help you if you want to investigate a problem with the utility, for example. If we keep losing utility and you have the number of failures in the utility, you want to investigate and see, well, what's the problem with the utility? It captures the number of transfers, the number of failures, the total time that the transfer switch has been connected to one source or another. There is load data to keep you in touch with your system, right? The total current, neutral current if there is any, line-to-line voltage, line-to-neutral voltage, and also energy, kW, kilowatt hour, and reactive power as well. There is into the control high accuracy power quality metering built in, so we don't need to have an individual or a separate component for that, where we get current, voltage, power factor, real and reactive energy and harmonics. You might want to check, maybe there's a problem in the load. Maybe we have a switching power supplies. It's with the IGBTs that are firing, and it's causing some harmonics in the system. All that loads that are connected to the transfer switch, we can see that data live or real on the control itself. And obviously we need to hopefully do exercising on the generator set and transfer switch. It's also required by code. So there is multiple ways to do this, multiple programs that you can program with exceptions, and you can do test with load, test without load, or do a storm avoidance if we want to stay connected to the generator. For example, if there's a storm rolling by and the utility is available, but we want to stay connected. Security is essential and important. We have 3 different levels of security levels built into the control, from a user level with just ability to see, to a mid-level, to a service level to security. So you have, at that point, you have a full access to all the settings with the user can set the different usernames and the different levels with different passwords as well. And if the transfer switch is connected to a cloud solution, such as the Cummins cloud, there is an end-to-end encryption between the control or the transfer switch and to the cloud. There is also built-in automatic, which is unique in the industry, by the way. We have also a patent in this. There's downstream automatic load sequencing, where the transfer switch control looks at the frequency of the generator, and if it sees that they're struggling which is the frequency, is a real indication of a struggling generator set, not the kW. It manages up to 2 loads downstream with that transfer switch. It can automatically add those, block low add them, and shut them if there is an overload happening on the generator. Again, the networking is very important. You may want to connect data, pull the data out from the transfer switch and connect that to a SCADA network, but you may also want to connect that into a cloud solution, such as the Cummins cloud solution. So built into the transfer switch control, Modbus communication, whether it's serial over RS-485, and you also have 2 Ethernet ports, which is TCP/IP, and they are a Modbus as well. And there's also a service port on top of the transfer switch, on the front of the transfer switch, so that a technician can connect and do any settings or modification to the controller, pull data out if they need to. Again, all these features that I've talked about, it's all in one single controller, right? So the sensing, the metering, the communication, it's all built into one control to enhance reliability, serviceability, and we've listened to our customers and we took all that feedback, and this is why we introduced the new transfer switch and that control as well. The transfer switch has also been through a lot of testing. It's been tested to meet IBC and OSHPD. OSHPD is the California for a certification for healthcare facilities that also has a seismic element in it as well, right? So it's been in a shake table to meet these highly seismic active regions. The control itself and other components that go into the transfer switch have been also subjected to harsh environmental testing in very sophisticated chambers to simulate harsh environments. And this control has been through repeated thermal and humidity testings and other testings to make sure that it has the highest reliability for you and for your facility. Protective functions built into the control. If this is we're doing a close transition operation with the utility, there are sync checks, phase, voltage, and frequency, a voltage imbalance, high neutral current. There is a factory installed SPDs on either source, or it could be on both sources. The start signal integrity is important for life safety applications as well. And for service entrance, the arc flash protection per NEC, the National Electric Code or NFPA 70, ground fault protection. There is a thermostat controlled anti-condensation heaters for depending on the environment that you're installing the transfer switch in. And for intertie agreements and connections, there are multiple protections in there for example, a parallel timer that is independent from the control, a 86 lockout, and a reverse power relay. The power supply is needed because we have a lot of critical information we're pulling from the transfer switch. It's the inputs on the controller, diode isolated. It has 3 different diode isolated inputs for higher reliability. And requirements for installing cables and accessing the lugs. You get front access for up to 1200 amps, and then you either have rear only or both sides. So when we designed this, again, we've looked at a lot of installations in the field, and we wanted to make sure that this is easy to access the lugs or the cables, and if there's any service that is needed, we have that in mind. And at the end, in the Cummins is that the Cummins power generation, they will not only offer a single components, but they offer the entire system, the fully integrated system, from the genset paralleling control to switchgear controls to system level controls, the transfer switches, to a cloud solution for complete access to your system anytime, anywhere. And with that, we'll take a look at a demo, and we have a short video for you.
I have next to me the Power Command X Series transfer switch C-frame, which is close transition and service entrance rated. For safety reasons, the transfer switch is not fully connected to live AC sources, therefore we cannot demonstrate its full capabilities. So today, we will be focusing on high-level features of the transfer switch and control. The C-frame ranges from 150 to 600 amps. This C-frame is a service entrance rated transfer switch which means it is equipped with an integrated OCPD over current protection device, a circuit breaker, for isolation in case there is a need for a fire marshal or a facility operator to disconnect power to the facility for any reason. Also, as you can see, there is an 86 lockout relay and a 32 reverse power relay needed for close transition intertie agreement with the utility. The typical components of a transfer switch are the mechanism, control, accessories, and an enclosure. The heart of the Power Command X series transfer switches is the Cummins innovative high-endurance mechanism. This simplified design reduces multiple failure points and enhances product reliability and serviceability. The high-endurance mechanism with the blow-on technology is designed to minimize contact damage during a fault condition, therefore retaining its full capability to carry up to 100% of its rated load. Because of our patented blow-on design, Cummins X series transfer switches have the highest withstand and closing rating, or WCR, in the industry for both time-based and short-time ratings. These short-circuit WCR values have been tested and verified to meet UL 1008, the toughest standard in the industry. The high WCR capability in both magnitude and durations allows for high survivability in extreme fault conditions that often blow out or damage other switches. The transfer switches have a short time rating which allows it to withstand a high fault current for up to a half a second, which enables selective coordination strategies. For a facility manager or an operator, this means costly repairs or inconvenient downtime can be minimized after a fault. But we didn't stop there with the innovations. A crucial part of any transfer switch is the control. The X series transfer switches are equipped with a sophisticated, fully integrated control. The Power Command 80. It is a single control, fully integrated for complete simplicity and reliability. The sensing, the control algorithm, power quality metering, and load management and communication are all in the control. No need for any additional hardware nor complicated setups. And to maximize reliability, the control can be connected to 3 separate diode-isolated DC power sources. For your facility, this means higher reliability, ease of connectivity, and serviceability. Now let's look at the HMI. The intuitive 4.3-inch HMI design includes LED backlit LCD display with critical information readily available, such as source availability, voltage, frequency, and load connectivity and metering. The control displays the integrated high-accuracy power quality metering with real and reactive power and voltage and current harmonics. A comprehensive suite of adjustable protective functions and an enhanced set of fault codes and alarms will help you detect, identify, troubleshoot, and resolve potential problems quickly, ensuring your operation keeps running. All data on the control can be viewed by scrolling through the screens with the navigation keys, so an operator can easily access and maintain the health of the power system. An external service port ensures easy and safe access to the control. What's more, the transfer switch control has been designed to interface with the same Cummins service tool that is used across Cummins power generation products, including transfer switches, switch gear, digital master controls, and generator sets, for a completely integrated power system. With all control modules having the same layout and structure in the service tool, combined with a common set of fault codes, operation and troubleshooting of equipment is less complex for operators and technicians. All you need is one technician with one laptop and a single software to easily set up or troubleshoot multiple components in the power system. In addition, remote networking capability and plug-and-play integration to the Cummins Power Command Cloud keeps you in touch with real-time information about your power system wherever you are, whenever you need it. These smarter, tougher transfer switches not only create a more robust and reliable link between the grid and critical backup power, but also link you directly to the data at the intersection of power and control.
just in an effort for time. Hassan, any thoughts before we move on to the next demo?
No, I just want to thank you. And the final thought is that it's not just a transfer switch, is the fully integrated system. This is what our focus is, all the way from the design to the installation to the service. That's what I was just going to say. And so thank you for the opportunity today.